P1 Michael Balo, PO2 Michael Balo, and PO1 Michael Alipio Balo, and PO1 Michael Tumas. Ayon sa salaysay nung
Sandali lang
asawa,
po. I'm sorry, Senator Manny. It's something that, so excuse Senator Manny. Procedural, this is a procedural matter, and also with respect to the matter that is at hand. Gusto ko lang hong maniguro na yung talagang desisyon nyo ngayon na hindi na lang kayo magpapa-assist ng isang abogado ay talagang desisyon nyo. Kusang loob nyo ho bang ginagawa yan? Kasi kanina ho, bago tayo nag-break, ay sabi nyo, gusto. Or sabi nyo, meron kayong kamag-anak na abogado. Pero medyo mukhang nagkonsulta po kayo ngayon. So, gusto lang ho namin maniguro na voluntaryo po o kusang loob yung pag-waive nyo ng right to counsel.
Voluntary po, Your Honor.
Kayo po, PO2 Tomas.
Voluntary, Your Honor.
Okay. Please proceed.
thank you, Madam Chair. PO2 and PO1 Alipio and Michael, ang salaysay nung asawa nung biktima o namatay na si sino? Si JP. Ang sabi niya, nung ni-raid nyo raw sila sa bahay nila, wala kayong nakuhang druga o shabu nung time na yon. Totoo po ba ito?
Hindi po sa loob ng bahay, sa labas po.
Sa labas ng bahay. Saan po sa labas ng bahay nyo nakuha yung druga? Sa posisyon niya o hindi?
Sa position niya po. Sila po mag-ama sa position.
Sa posisyon
Sila
niya.
mag-ama.
Saan nyo po na nakuha? Sa bulsa niya?
Sa waist, ano nila?
Sa may biwang, sa may hawak.
Sa biwang, Your Honor.
Okay. Kasi confusing lang yesterday, for the record, Madam Chair, na yesterday sinabi nung asawa ni JP na walang drugang nakuha sa kanila. So, I just want to clarify na para hindi maging unfair. So, yun yung mga tanong ko. At pagkatapos nyo po bang, yan po ba ay nailagay nyo sa affidavit ninyo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Nakasubmit po na po ba kayo ng counter affidavit doon sa salaysay nung asawa ng biktima?
Lahat po, meron na po.
Okay. Balik po ako doon sa asawa ni GP. Ma'am, sinabi po nung ng mga pulis na may nakuha silang droga sa asawa ninyo at doon sa biyenan ninyo o papa ninyo. Bakit niyo po nasabi kahapon na walang nakuhang droga?
I'm sorry. You're questioning.
Yes
Okay.
po, questioning to
Alright.
Hara.
Senator Manny, again, I'm sorry for interrupting. Concerned about the situation pertaining to the two policemen. Yes, they manifested that they are waiving the right to counsel. Gusto ko pong malaman muli, nung decision po na napag-waive nyo, meron ho bang isa pang abogado? Meron kayong sinangguning abogado para bigyan kayo ng payo tungkol sa pag-waive ng right to counsel. Kanina ho kasi during the break, may mga ilan-ilan po kayong kausap. Meron ho bang abogado dun sa mga kausap nyo? I want to be very sure about this thing because we do not want to be prejudicing certain personalities here or certain resource speakers. I also want to protect your rights. Because malinaw po yan na may karapatan kayo sa abogado. Pero pwede nyo ngang i-waive. Pero malinaw din po na kapag wini-waive, ang waiver is voluntary and with the assistance also of counsel. So, yung pag-waive nyo po, meron ho ba nag-advise na abogado? Meron ho bang abogado kanina nung kausap siya? Yes, Director General De La Rosa.
Your Honor, my men are already confused. Can we have 1 minute break, Your Honor?
Okay, 1 minute suspension.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hearing resumed. So ano ho pinag-usapan nyo before we decide on this? Meron na ho ba kayong abogado?
Your Honor, kumonsulta lang po kami ng Attorney Benedicto. Inano lang namin, tinuro lang niya sa amin kung ano yung mga rights namin po.
Sino po si Attorney Benedicto? Are you part of the PNP? Mm-hmm. So,
Good morning, Your Honors.
can we have your full name?
For the record, Attorney Benedicto Malcontento, Your Honor.
And you are
I am
a private practitioner?
Yes, Your Honor.
Not part of the PNP as an institution?
Not part of the PNP as an institution.
May we know why you are here?
We are providing free legal service, Your Honor, for the Philippine National Police, Your Honor, in a private capacity.
You are a private lawyer but providing legal service to the PNP. Because we are sort of a quandary here because remember these two policemen are already charged before the prosecutor's office by the PNP. The PNP is the complainant in that case and therefore is rather questionable if he receives counsel from a lawyer who is not exactly independent from the PNP as an institution. Tama ho?
If I may allow to explain, Your Honor.
Yes.
In consistent with the instruction of this honorable chair, I just explained to them, Your Honor, the right to have a counsel and the right to remain silent, and that ends, Your Honor, because I'm not their
Yes.
private counsel. My opinion as a lawyer, as an officer of the court, ended there, Your Honor.
Pardon?
Ended there. So in the tender of the opinion as to the right to have a counsel of their own choice and to the right to remain silent.
Thank you. So naintindihan niyo po yon? Yung advice sa inyo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Senator Manny.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Baguhin ko na lang yung tanong doon sa asawa ni JP. Yung asawa niyo po, kayo po ba nagtutulak din ng droga?
Hindi po.
Hindi niyo po naranasan na magbenta ng droga kahit once o
Hindi po.
ay hindi niyo? Alam niyo po ba na ang pagbibenta ng droga ay bawal?
Alam ko po.
Hindi niyo po ba sinabihan siya ay yung asawa ninyo na bawal yan nung nalaman niyo na yan ang trabaho ng asawa niyo?
Pinagsabihan ko po, may tendency na po din na maghihiwalay po kami about doon sa pangyayaring po yun na nalaman ko po. Pero yun nga po, ang sinabi niya po sa akin, pansamantala. Hindi ito magtatagal. Hanggang, yun nga po, hanggang ito na yung way na talagang magbabago na po siya. Na kaya ano na po kumbaga kinumbinsi ko na po siya lalo kasi may paraan na po ako, kumbaga may kumbaga parang parang may ano na po ako sa kanya, panakot na sinabi ko po sa kanya, lalaki ang anak mo, magbago ka na. Sabi ko nang gano'n. Doon na po siya napaisip na yun na nga po, yun na po yung paraan niya na magbago kasi ang gusto po niya, makita niya anak niya, lumaki ang anak niya.
I'm sure naman po, before election pa, before May, nanonood kayo ng TV, di ba?
Opo.
Tama po ba?
Opo.
Okay. Alam niyo po na kung si Presidente Digong ang maging manalo sa eleksyon, ayaw na ayaw niya yung droga.
Opo, sinabi ko na rin po sa kanya yun.
Okay.
Pinaliwanag ko na po.
At nangyari po ito pagkatapos na po ng eleksyon.
Tapos na po yung election nun. Nangyari po yun.
At may bagong halal na Pangulo.
Opo.
Tama po ba?
Opo.
Okay. Hindi po ba kayo natakot na sa matinding campaign ng PNP against illegal drugs, patuloy pa rin po yung asawa ninyo nagbibinta ng droga?
Natakot po. Ang ginawa ko po noon, yung time na yun, kahit 5.5 po yung tiyan ko, kasi alam ko, ramdam ko po ito na lang yung way ko para magbago siya Nagpa-check up ako, sinabi nga sa doktor na lalaking anak ko, sabi ko, sabi ko sa kanya, magkakaroon ko ng lalaking anak. Sabi ko, kailangan mo na magbago para makita mo siya paglaki. Kasi ayoko lumaki yung mga anak mo na malalaman nila na ganyan ang trabaho mo, lalo yung isang babae ko po.
Okay, anyway, may kaso naman yan. Ongoing naman yung kaso. Sabi nga nung dalawang pulis na nandito, sa salaysay nila, tiwala naman tayo sa ating mga hurado para desisyonan yung kaso ninyo. Dahil lang sa salaysay ng mga pulis, may droga silang nahuli, at ang salaysay ninyo ay walang nakuhang droga sa posisyon nila, ayon sa pagkakaalam mo, pero ayon sa pulis, may nakuha silang droga doon sa posisyon ng asawa at father-in-law ninyo. At inamin nyo rin, for the record, Madam Chair, inamin nyo rin na talagang nagtutulak ng droga ang iyong asawa at father-in-law. At yun at hindi lang nagtutulak ng droga at gumagamit pa ng droga. So yan lang muna ang katanungan ko para sa inyo at gusto kong tanungin din yung isa kahapon, yung si ano po, tanungin ko yung si Mary Rose ba yun? Yung sa Madam Chair, yung sa
Yes, Mary Rose. Nandito rin siya. Where is Mary Rose?
Mary Rose may
Excuse me, Senator Mann, I'm just gonna remind her, nasa the same oath pa ho yung pagtestigo nyo ngayon with the assistance of counsel. Please proceed, Senator Mann.
Okay, maraming salamat, Madam Chair. Mary Rose, ayon sa salaysay ninyo, na alam ninyo na nagtutulak yung magulang ninyo ng droga. Tama po ba ito?
Opo.
Pakilapit lang po ng mic sa...
Opo.
At nung nalaman nyo, ilan po ba kayo magkakapatid?
5 po.
5. Nung nalaman nyo na nagtutulak ng droga ang magulang ninyo, alam po ba ng mga kapatid nyo ito?
Opo.
Alam ng mga kapatid ninyo?
Opo.
Ilang taon na po ba yung mga kapatid ninyo?
Yung sumunod po sa akin, nasa 20 na po. Tapos yung pangatlo, 18.
18.
Opo, tapos yung isa po, yung pang-apat, 13. Tapos yung bunso, 7 taon.
So alam na nila yung pinagbabawal na gamot, alam na nila yung droga.
Hindi po nila alam yun, pero alam po nila nagbebenta sila papa nun.
Okay. Nung nalaman mo na nagbibinta ng droga ang mga magulang mo, hindi mo ba sinabihan na yan ay bawal?
Sinabihan ko po na mabawal yan, kaso gusto na po nilang kumalas dun sa ama na hindi madaling kumalas. Kasi pag kumalas daw po sila, papatayin sila. Kasi marami silang alam.
Okay, for the record, Madam Chair, tama po ba na sinabi nyo na nangyari ito bago ang Duterte administration?
Opo.
Tama po ba?
Opo.
Okay. Nung umupo si Duterte at nanalo siya sa election, hindi nyo po ba sinabihan yung magulang ninyo na itigil na yan dahil matindi ang kampanya laban sa illegal na droga?
Titigil na nga po sila nun, last na nga po yun. Hindi na nga po. Hindi na nga po sila makawala sa pagbebenta na yun kasi binabantaan na po sila. Na pag kumalas po sila sa grupo, baka daw po ikanta nila yung mga pulis na yun.
Mary Rose, alam ba ng mga pulis na alam ng mga kapatid mo rin na magulang mo ay alam nila na ang mga magulang mo ay nagbibinta ng droga?
Ano po?
Alam ba ng mga pulis na alam din ng mga kapatid mo yung mga transaksyon nila?
Hindi po.
Senator Manny, that should be your last question.
Yeah,
Time is up.
malapit na
Thank
po.
you.
Mga dalawang tanong na lang po. Okay.
Yes.
Gusto ko pong linawin na yung tatay mo at yung mami mo wala bang sinabi sa iyo bago sila umalis ng bahay?
Meron po.
Anong sinabi sa iyo?
Na magre-remit na nga po sila. Last na po yung araw na yun kasi magbabalik maneho na po si Papa. Natatakot na sila. Baka mapatay sila.
Okay, maraming salamat po guys. Wala na akong time. May dalawang po. May isang katanungan lang po ako para sa mga pulis sa PNP, Madam Chair. Last na lang. To our active na PNP General De La Rosa, doon sa mga tinatawag natin ng mga surrendere nung in-announce yung mga pangalan nila. Libo-libo yun, libo-libo, ang dami, thousands na mga surrendere. Yung iba, kung hindi pa pinangalanan yung mga pangalan, ay hindi mag-surrender. Hindi mag-surrender kung hindi i-announce sa TV, i-broadcast sa TV yung mga pangalan nila. Ang tagal pa nila nag-surrender. So, ang tanong ko lang, may kaso na po ba sila? Nakasuhan po ba sila?
Yung iba, Your Honor, yung ating case build-up against them are still ongoing. Yung iba naman ay nakasuhan na po. Like yung isang drug lord na nag-surrender from yung number 2 from Cebu, yung si Franz Sabalones, at yung mayor ng Albuera, Leyte, na si Mayor Espinosa, nakasuhan na po. Illegal possession of firearms at saka yung illegal possession of firearms and explosive at saka yung illegal drugs.
Pati po si Espinosa.
Yes, Your Honor. Hinintayin lang po yung warrant maglabas. Then, isa-serve na po namin.
Okay, ang sabi kasi nung, ang tandingin ko kasi dito, pag dumami na po yung, sa dami ng mga sumuko, pag walang makasuhan, baka sumabog at hindi na natin makayan yung mga issue na yan. Good thing na narinig ko na may mga kaso na sila. Anyway, marami pang magtatanong, General, no? Lahat ng kampanyo about sa drugs, nandito lang kami sa likod, nakasuporta sa mabuting adhikain para sa kapayapaan ng ating bansa, para sa katahimikan, na tayo mamuhay dito sa sarili nating bansa na may matiwasay at yung confident ka na mamuhay dito sa bansa natin, wala kang takot, maglakad-lakad diyan sa kalsada. Na may pagkakaisa, walang krimen na nangyari. Gusto po natin yan na mangyari. So, suportado po namin kayo sa inyong advocacy na pagsugpo sa droga sa pinagbabawal na gamot. Maraming
Sasagutin sa akin yun, ano?
Senator Pagkakasakimais, thank you. Thank you,
Mr. Chairman. Nung nakaraan pong yung hearing dito, sabi ni Matubato na close daw niya po kayo. Ang sabi niya, more than 20 years kayong magkakilala at close kayo, pamahigit pa sa magkaibigan. Pero nung tinanong siya, for the record, Mr. Chairman, nung tinanong siya kung ano ang ranggo mo, sabi niya is PO4. Nabasa ko po yun sa ano niya, sabi niya is PO4. Sabi ko, nagtaka lang po ako. At sinabi niyo, hindi naman kayo gaano ka-close talaga ni Matubato, tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sabi niya, close daw. So, nung tinanong siya kung anong ranggo mo, sabi niya is PO4. So, ang ranggo mo is PO4 ka ba o is PO3?
Is PO3 po, Your Honor.
Is PO3. So, kung close sa'yo si Matubato, hindi niya malalaman yung ranggo mo at hindi siya magkakamali dito, no? Narinig natin yung statement mo dito sa mga tanong sa pag-cross examine, pag-testimony mo rito. Walang hindi pabago-bago yung salita mo. Makita natin yung statement ni Matubato dito. Pabago-bago yung statement niya. Pagka napupuna mo na nalaman natin na mali siya at nagbago-bago yung statement niya, nagdadahilan na naman siya. So, sinabi niya na ganun ba talaga pag mag-aedad ka? Sabi niya, pag mag-aedad na daw, nakakalimutan. Ganun po ba talaga pag nakakaedad, nakakalimot ka? Lahat po ba nakakalimutan? Hindi naman.
Depende siguro, Your Honor.
Depende
Hindi
naman.
naman siguro.
Gusto ko pong itanong sa inyo, kilala niyo po ba ito si Sunny Buenaventura?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kilala niyo po, sino po si Sunny Buenaventura po?
Siya po ang dating driver bodyguard ni din Mayor Rodrigo Duterte.
Sinabi niya po ni Matubato na close daw po kayo kay Sunny Buenaventura.
Nung nag-retire na po si Sunny Buenaventura, siyempre kasama kami sa umaga, mag-jog walk, mag-coffee.
Sa close kayo?
Kilala po.
Magkakilala kayo?
Kilala. Pero po close na.
Sa amin kasi sa probinsya, sa city, sa Jinsan na Mr. Chairman, kahit ako man, close ako sa driver ko eh. Yung mga tao ko, close ako doon sa mga tao ko. Sa probinsya namin, kahit na malalayong lugar, nagkakilala kami. Kumbaga, hindi ka siguro taga Jinsan kung hindi mo kilala yung mga pamilya, yung mga malaking pamilya, especially kahit hindi mo sila kaibigan talaga, pero at least nagkakilalan kayo. No, ganun talaga halos pwede mong kung ikaw magtestimony dito, pwede kang magturo ng mga kakilala mo doon sa lugar mo para lang mapaniwala mo sila na totoo yung testimony mo. So ganyan po ang kino-cross-examine natin dito lahat, tinatanong natin lahat kung anong mga possibility, kung maniwala kami o hindi. At ito nga, continue itong investigasyon sa extrajudicial killing. At sinabi nyo na hindi totoo lahat ng statement ni Edgar Matabato. Totoo pa ba?
Opo, Your Honor.
Ano po bang sa statement niya, alam ko nanonood po kayo, ano po bang totoo doon sa statement niya? Ano lang po totoo doon sa lahat ng statement niya mula nung umpisa?
Pangalan na siguro niya, Your Honor.
Ayun. Mato ba totoo? At Mr. Chairman, for the record, Mr. Chairman, siguro itong issue na ito, hindi lang ito siguro ang pagtutuunan natin ng pansin dahil dito we investigate, this committee we investigate, gather information and legislate. Wala kaming pinapanigan dito o sinong we don't want to persecute or single out anyone else, like na sinasabi ko na hindi tayo pwede magprotekta dito ng mga witness dito o hindi tayo magtatago sa katotohanan, kundi ang mga katotohanan ipaalam natin sa buong sambayan ng Pilipino. At lahat yan ang ginagawa dito sa komitiba na ito. At ako po ay natutuwa sa patuloy-tuloy na pagdinig itong extrajudicial killing. Pero ang aking suggestion na Mr. Chairman, na hindi lang po sana tayo focus dito dahil dito sa mga killings na ito, kundi yung mga naaresto, mga sumuko, mag-focus din po sana tayo sa rehabilitation doon sa mga naaresto kasi ilan yung na natala na nagsurrender, na aresto 700,000, tapos yung naaresto 22,000. So kailangan siguro natin na mag-focus din tayo doon sa mga sumuko na 700,000 na ma-rehab sila lahat at matulungan natin. So for the record, Mr. Chairman, yun siguro kailangan din natin tuunan ng pansin. No? Tayo magtulungan, wag natin sirain ang ating sariling bansa, ang sariling tahanan natin. Magkaisa tayong lahat. Hindi natin suportahan natin ang ating ang mabuting advocacy ng ating Pangulo, no, para sugpuin itong illegal drugs. At this is the first time, no, sa buong buhay ko ito napakasaya sa sarili ko, ang feeling ko, napakasaya ko dahil itong administrasyon na to ang unang talagang head-on dito sa problema ng illegal drugs. Alam nyo, yung illegal na drugs na yan, katulad ng statement ko, nung kabataan ko, hindi ko dinideny na tumikim din ako ng mga ganyan, pero doon ko na-realize lahat na hindi talaga maganda. Kailangan, pag sinabi ng ating Pangulo na stop talaga, walang droga dito sa bansa, talagang walang droga dito sa bansa. At yan ay suportado ko ang advocacy ng Pangulo. Lahat ng mga
To it. Pero habang marami hong killing, I am willing to consider the fact na kung sakaling merong legally imposed government decision to impose death penalty in accordance with due process of law, then it's not my place to say I cannot listen to it. I will listen to it because it might help mawala yung tinatawag nating pang walang bahala ng karapatan pantao. Meron tayong Commission on Human Rights. I'm a great supporter of human rights, but human rights also mean human duties. No one has the franchise on insulting people, especially the Senate of this country. And I have communicated this to the people involved, and they know what I'm talking about. So in the meantime, I will let the Honorable Senator Pacquiao make the presentation on his proposed bill, and I will read the bill.
Mr. Chairman, good
Yes.
morning. Mr.
Yes,
Chairman,
please.
may I be allowed?
Yes, of course, Senator.
Can we have a 2-minute suspension? I'm going to raise a point of order insofar as the consideration of the bill is concerned. But before I do that publicly, can we have a 2-minute suspension?
Surely. Session suspended for 2 minutes.
Ito?
Session is resumed. Senator Lima, you want to make a manifestation?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Thank you, and good morning again to everyone. I have 2 points for my manifestation. First is the ruling of the Honorable Chair to suspend indefinitely the proceedings insofar as CHR is concerned, or the participation of CHR and its witnesses in this inquiry into the spate of extrajudicial killings. And then the second point would be...
Excuse me. Let us be very careful, please, with the way we phrase our statements. I can appreciate the fact that sometimes, and I make the same mistake too, I did not suspend the inquiry on extrajudicial killings. It will proceed. But because of the arrogance of a certain individual who represented the Commission on Human Rights, casting aspersions on the Senate investigation, it is fair for the Senate to protect itself. And yesterday, in full session, I did not bring it up. Another senator bring it up, and I had to react to it. Let us be very clear. Normally, I will not give any, but I will explain later anyway. So go ahead, but please correct the because the first error of this CHR, because I'm referring to this, is that they claim I totally canceled all the hearings, which is thoroughly unfair. There was never any cancellation. We suspended it because of certain incidents that I have already chosen to ignore, and by your own representation, Your Honor, by the representation of 2 senators, out of respect to them, I did not pursue the matter anymore.
I stand corrected, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Specifically on the matter of suspending indefinitely the presentation of CHR witnesses in the ongoing inquiry into the spate of killings. And the second point for my manifestation is with respect to the other ruling or statement of the good chair that we will proceed with consideration of the death penalty bills. So on the first point, Mr. Chair, I perfectly understand the sentiments and the displeasure of the good chair, and concurred in and shared by the Senate as an institution during yesterday's plenary session when the matter was raised in the privileged speech of Senator Migs Zubiri. I do understand and I share the sentiment that a non-member of the Senate, an official of an institution like the Commission on Human Rights, would make harsh statements, strong statements, particularly words like cowards or cowardice, etc. And I understand the sentiment and the demand for an apology from the commissioner concerned. Now, I see that the good chair is also expecting or is demanding an apology from the CHR itself as an institution.
Excuse me, I did not bring the matter up, Your Honor. I was content that I got a call from the chairman of the Human Rights Commission himself. He requested at about midnight, thereabouts, when he was in Amsterdam, that he learned about the displeasure of the committee on the statements of, with all due respect, our rogue commissioner. We all run, and you were chairman of the Commission on Human Rights, and you never allowed an individual to speak for you. Because when an individual like this gentleman, so-called, speaks roughly about the Senate, which is an institution that is supposed to be respected by the country, he has no right to speak for the Commission. And that's why I chose not to honor his statements. But now, since it's out of the bag, and you will permit me, do you still have the manifestation? Because I will have to make a manifestation, because I didn't want to bring it out. I will bring it out in the open.
Yes.
I'm always very transparent.
Yes, Mr. Chair,
There's no ifs and buts when I speak. I always go out and ask their questions directly.
If I may,
please go ahead.
Be allowed to
But
proceed
please be
to
sure, because
continue
we have a long day.
with my
We have a long day.
manifestation.
All right.
As I was saying, because I was also conversing with the chairman of the CHR, Chito Gascon, about the matter, and he was explaining to me that it would be difficult for them as an institution to issue an apology in relation to the statements of a member or a commissioner. And they are worried about its implications also on the CHR as an institution.
Again, let's be careful with the words. The expectation of the chair and the committee and the Senate is that the chairman of the Commission on Human Rights talk to this individual. And if he does not agree, the proper and correct thing to do would be to say, we dissociate ourselves completely with the statement of this individual, unless the Commission on Human Rights is now saying they agree with the statement made by this individual. That's a matter that's different than what the gentle lady is saying. I did not demand any apology. You know, apologies are made by gentlemen on their own. You know, you cannot demand an apology. You cannot demand respect. Respect is earned. When somebody comes out, maybe because he wants to have his 2 minutes of fame, siguro gusto niya lang sumikat, kaya hindi ko pinatulan po eh. Hindi ko po siya pinatulan, kaya lang nilabas na nga dahil tinatamaan na yung Senado na napakapangit ng sinabi. Ang nakalagay ho doon sa headline eh, CHR slams Gordon for suspension of Senate inquiry. In the first place, I cannot suspend anything without a motion. And there were senators at that time who were asking for a suspension already, to terminate, in fact. And I said, no, it was just an oversight on the part of Senator De Lima. She's trying to explain about the failure to show that there was actually evidence being presented that was not known to us, and that was the NBI document that showed different witnesses, different principles than what was alleged by Mr. Matubato in 3 contrarian counter affidavits. The affidavit of Matubato, first of all, saying that he did not take part in the killing of this Macdum, and then the second affidavit again saying that he saw the killing ni Dallas Tasanleeg, that he did not participate, and that he saw certain policemen that he knew who was there. And then finally, on the third one, he now says, in open hearing, kami ang pumatay, kasama ako ang nagbikti, ako ang sumaksak, kasama ko yung kanyang kasama. Eh hindi naman ho namin nalalaman na yung palang NBI, may report, at nung lumabas siya, sabi ko, pahintayin natin, if I don't deal in sana or kung sana, pero kung talagang tutuusin, dapat ang sinabi ninyo ay ilabas natin yung dokumento. At that time, pinapalabas ko na yung dokumento. As it was, lumabas yung dokumento ng NBI, which is an official investigation report, filing a case against Mr. Matubato. Ang nakalagay na police ay completely different from the policeman that he was accusing in open court, in open hearing. Eh, di talaga nagsisinungaling na yung tao. Pero hindi nabali. I'm not here to judge anybody so far. Pero nung lumabas na nga ho yung dokumento na yan, eh, hindi ba dapat nalaman ng committee yun? Kaya, nagalit na ho yung ibang kasama natin, hindi ko nababanggitin, inaawat ko nga lahat tayo, eh sana kung pwede lang, kayo nag-motion, as you did today, mag-motion kayo for suspension, eh hindi eh, nung dumating na si Senator Trillanes, nagtaas na rin kayo ng boses, eh hindi naman ho pwede yung chairman, itatameme na lang. Hindi naman ho po pwede na magkakagulo yung Senado, at ako yung matras pa nga, sige ho, sabi ko, continue. Eh, that was really uncalled for, and that is why I was going to deliver a privilege speech and ask for an ethics investigation, which I did not. And in fairness to you, without even you coming to me. It was Senator Trillanes who came into my office uninvited, and he apologized. And I did not even announce that to the media. The media is here. They asked me, anong pinag-usapan? I did not even use the words apology. But since lumalabo na namang usapin, ayoko nga palabuin ito dahil dapat matapos na tayo dito. Gusto kong matapos na ito eh. Dapat tapos tayo ngayong araw na ito eh. Eh, tila yung magtatapos tayo, may lumalabas na bagong issue. Kahapon no, hindi ko inanunsyo na nagpunta kayo sa opisina ko, and I was appreciative. We were very kind and gentle to one another. I even said, kausapin mo yung human rights because hindi naman tama yung ginawa. Wala ako sa ng loob kay Chairman Gaston at siya'y tumawag sa akin. Pero dapat, it is authorized na lumayo sila sa statement na yon in black and white because this is the Senate. And when you say words like, there's every reason to believe it is Gordon who is afraid of hearing, I challenge him as a commissioner. The only way for him to recover his credibility as chairman is to continue with the hearing, which I did not say I was not going to continue. And listen to the other witnesses. Otherwise, there's every reason to believe he is the coward. Natawa lang ho naman ako eh. I don't, you know, you can call me a coward, you can call me anything because I know who I am. And not Matubato or De Lima, Cadiz said. Ngayon, nabanggit ko na yung sinabi niya. No? And then he says, so what are they talking about? That Matubato was running away, afraid to confront the other witnesses. Eh, hindi naman ho ako nagpaalis kay Matubato eh. Tumakas ho in the middle of the night. After 13 hours of hearing, tumakas. Pinatawad na nga ho natin, isinantabi na nga natin yan para matapos na ito eh. Eh ngayon, lumabas naman ito ngayon. Kaya lang naman ako, medyo may himutok ng konti. Tumawag sa akin si chairman at sabi niya, aayusin niya, sasabihin niya, they will dissociate it. Pero ano ang lumabas? Ang lumabas, hindi ko na sinabi ito kahapon sa kwadel. Maliit na bagay, papalakihin, pero alam ko na kung anong klase ang mga tao. Sa akin pag nagsalita kayo ng sasalita at hindi nyo sinunod, alam ko na kung sino kayo. Hindi alam ko pag nagsalita, talagang susundin ko yung sinabi ko. Ano ang sinabi? The Commission hopes that the Senate will come up with fair and credible results. Aba, the title of this commission, this committee that I did not even want to take over, is Committee on Justice and Human Rights. I don't need a commission to tell me about our human rights. I belong to a very good organization, and I've been there for 48 years, and we try to uplift humankind and alleviate human suffering and human dignity. Now, at the same time, under Senator Richard Gordon's chairmanship of the Senate, this is a statement that came out from the Human Rights Commission on Justice and Human Rights. The Commission continues to pray that the committee will succeed in ferreting out the truth. Pinagdadasal naman po tayo eh. Talaga naman yun ang pupuntahan natin eh. Wala naman akong pinapalampas dito eh. So, siyempre, when Senator Zubiri came out with that, I had to answer already. And we are not taking out human rights out of the equation. I just said, under the circumstances, kung pinagdududahan nyo ang committee ng Senado, huwag na kayong pumunta rito because the Commission on Human Rights under the Constitution is allowed to investigate and recommend the filing of cases. Ipapadala nyo kaso rito ng mga testigo ninyo na pailan na ni General Bato, hilo na tuloy ako kay Bato at saka kay Bato, napailan na at pinuntahan kagad yung unang witness dito. Nakabuti nga yun eh. Dahil inimbestiga na kagad yun eh. At ang sabi ko nga, sa totoo lang, lahat yan may testigo, dali na natin sa pulis, file na ng pulis. Pag hindi ginawa ng pulis yung kanilang trabaho, saka natin imbestigahin ng pulis kung talagang rank ang negligence nila, ang dereliction of duty, o ang pagsunod, may malfeasance o misfeasance or non-feasance. Sa akin in spite of maraming request, and I don't want to be petty, pati nga ho expenses ng human rights, isa-charge sa committee. Okay lang ho sa akin yun, walang problema. Pero, wag naman, kung ayaw nyong respetuhin ang nag-iimbestiga, wag na kayong pumunta rito. Dahil hindi naman yung kami re-respetuhin, hindi nyo re-respetuhin ang Senado, wag na, mag-aaway lang kami ni Chairman Gaston, na kaibigan ko, taga UP, at kahit na ibang partido niya, hindi ko sinasama yon, pero magkaibigan kami, because ako rin, may partido rin ako, pero wala ako sinasabing bias siya. Ang sinasabi ko lang, do not come here if you do not want to respect the committee, if you do not want to respect the institution of the Senate. But if I were to be asked, as chairman, and I've been chairman of SBMA, I've been chairman of other positions, as secretary, there is always me who will speak. And when I'm going to attack somebody, I will do it myself. I will not have any member na magkakagulo. You will recall, ang COMELEC nung araw, nagsasalita isang commissioner, and there was a spectacle na nag-aaway yung commission. Ang hinahingi ko lang, if any, at kung hindi ako mapipigbigyan, okay lang, sabihin ni Chairman Gaston, he does not speak for us. We dissociate ourselves completely from him. At huwag naman yung spokesman na hindi ko man lang kilala kung sino yon, respetuhin niya naman ang Senado. So, now, we talked about this in the recess, so I will cut to the chase. You are going to raise a question that kailangan may 3-day rule?
Yes, sir.
No. That's why I raised it before the committee, before the whole session. I said, because of this, I am constrained to go on with the hearing, call the police, and continue it and finish it without the Commission on Human Rights, because if they don't want to respect us, we will not bring them over. Because anyway, they have witnesses. Submit your witnesses, we will give it to the police, they will investigate. I don't have to investigate. We are not policemen here. We are here to create in aid of legislation. Tapos na po yun. Nasa isip ko na ho, susulat ho, by Monday, we will come out with a report. Linis na lang ho itong gagawin namin para matapos na yung mga tatanungin namin sa mga pulis. Kung meron tayong nakitang ginawa ng kapulisan na lapastangan sa karapatang pantao, i-file po natin ang kaso sa pulis. I-file lang human rights. Hindi po pwede kami mag-file. I can file on my own separate and individual capacity, but the Committee on Justice can only make a report, and it is up to the Senate President to refer it to the Ombudsman, to the Police Commission, or to whatever na mag-file sila. In the meantime, I do not intend to waste any more time on the issue. I don't want to be arrogant. If you disagree, take it to the floor of the Senate again, which has been done yesterday. We are going to hear, and who knows, I am against, and just to show you, I am against the death penalty. My father was assassinated. A niece of mine was badly murdered by a houseboy. Nahuli ng mga pulis, mayroon ko noon. Sabi, patayin na namin, huwag yung papatayin. Ikulong natin. Ngayon may bill dito na kinausap ako ng ilang mga senador. Ano ba ang solusyon dyan? Payagan nyo na ang death penalty sa mga drugs. Para siguro, imbis na nagkakapatayan sa drugs, i-file na lang ang kaso. Gusto ko yun. Pero, I will not support the death penalty. Because sa akin, mas masama, mas mahusay, ikulong, wag lang preso kabalyero. Yun lang ang gusto ko sabihin dito para malinaw na ho. And I will give you a minute to conclude para matapos na po. That is what I'd like to state here. In front of Chairman Gaston who's there, I would like nothing better for him to come here. But for so long as Chairman Gaston and the Commission does not dissociate himself from this rogue individual, whom I don't even know, the Senate doesn't even know, who dares accuse the Senate of all of cowardice. I'm a senator. You know, sabihin niya sa harap ko yan, hindi naman ako matapang na tao, pero huwag niyo sasabihin sa harap ko. Alam ko naman, magaling magtago yung mga cowards eh. The real cowards are those who die 1,000 deaths because they cannot confront. So, they want to confront on the newspaper? Take it to the newspapers. It sells the press. I'm not going to reply to it because I will not even give it the dignity. Kaya lang lumabas ito because ito nangyari. It is a failure on the part of the Commission of Human Rights. I'm being judgmental. That is my personal opinion. That if I was chairman of the Human Rights Commission, isang tao ko, isang commissioner ko nagsalita, partner naman, hindi naman dapat siya sinabi mo. I would have to dissociate myself from that statement. And any other commissioner here can dissociate himself if they wish to. But please do not write me a letter saying we hope and pray that the Senate will ferret out justice. That is what we are here for. To ferret out the truth and to go to justice. That is what I accepted this commission for. I am overloaded and I like it. I'm used to work. 13 hours. That has never been done here on committee hearing. I had to, all the others had to suffer for it. My staff has to suffer. The staff of the senators had to suffer. 6 hours before. So dapat ho, respetuhin niyo. Hindi kami nagbibiroan dito. Gusto namin matapos ito para maka-agwanta po tayo. And if I may say, lahat kami ayaw namin ng patayan. Walang Pilipinong gustong patayan. And the surveys of the President even show that. Popular ang Presidente, pero ayaw namin yung patayan. You all know that. Hindi ho ako sumusunod sa uso. Kanya-kanyang paninindigan. Yun lang ho.
May I continue, Mr. Chair?
Yes, you may. You have a minute.
Thank you. I do not wish to make any counter manifestation or counter statement in reference to what happened during that proceedings on which led to the outbursts. So may I just go back to the 2 points that I was mentioning. First, in relation to the suspension of hearing out the CHR witnesses on account of these unfortunate comments and statements from one of the commissioners. I am constrained, with due respect, Mr. Chair, to suggest or even to move that we allow the chair of the Commission on Human Rights to speak, say something, because certain statements are also being attributed to him. My statements and the statements of the Honorable Chair. So I think it is but just fair, just and right that we give the chair of the Commission on Human Rights to make a statement, to explain the side of the Commission on Human Rights, because the CHR witnesses have been prepared, have been ready, have been waiting since day one of this ongoing Senate inquiry. From the first hearing where I presided, they were there. And some of them come from the province, and they've been waiting to be presented before this body. Yes, this issue about that unfortunate statements attributed to one commissioner has created this situation where both institutions seem to be now at loggerheads. Institutional integrity, institutional It's institutional integrity, because while I was talking to the chair, he's also he's also saying that this also involves the CHR as an institution. If the CHR will simply issue an apology for something that it has not done or stated as an institution. There are other remedies, Mr. Chair. If we want to go after the so-called rogue commissioner because of such expressions of his opinion, such expressions of his sentiments also with respect to the goings-on in the ongoing, in the Senate inquiry, there are other legal remedies, like first, requiring him to show cause. Why?
I'm sorry,
he should not
the minute has expired.
He should not be cited in contempt. It's also my prerogative, Mr. Chair.
That the lady's minute has expired. The committee has the prerogative to continue on with the hearings. I'm sorry.
I have a motion, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead and file the motion. State the motion.
Can we tackle this? Because it's a motion.
State your motion. Do not do so.
My motion is for the committee to allow or give opportunity for the CHR chairperson, Gascon, to explain the position of the Commission on Human Rights on this issue about the statements being attributed to one commissioner. And secondly, Your Honor, I have not gone yet to the second point with respect to the issue of whether or not it is proper for us to tackle the death penalty bill in the absence of compliance with the 3-day notice rule. Yes, this was mentioned yesterday by the good chair in the course of the proceedings yesterday at the Senate by way of his comment or reaction to the privileged speech of a member. But let's take note, please. Let's remember that the matter of the EJ case is before a committee or two committees, the Committee on Justice and Human Rights and the Committee on Public Order and Illegal Drugs. The matter is not before the plenary. And there was no proper, reasonable opportunity also to go over and study the death penalty bills. I, for one, just like the good chair, is against the death penalty. I want to participate thoroughly in the discussions and the deliberations, and therefore I would want reasonable opportunity also to tackle that bill. Let us invite also appropriate resource persons in tackling a very important piece of legislation, the death penalty bill. We cannot just infuse it in the ongoing inquiry into the extrajudicial killings, because that is the very subject matter of this inquiry. So I raise a point of order, and I would want that also decided on by the committee.
I will not be dissuaded from that.
So I have two motions, Mr. Chair.
You
Thank
can
you very
only
much.
have one motion at a time, and you're out of order. Let me just say this. Yesterday you apologized to me, and I did not even bring it up. Now you're going against the issue, and you're going against the grain. Now let me just finish. You cannot control this the way you controlled it last time. I don't want to fight with you. I respect you, but let me just point out, I am not going to veer from the purpose of this investigation. The whole hearings have been, so convoluted by all kinds of detours. The hearing started with an investigation on extrajudicial killing, and then all of a sudden, from out of the blue, an individual named Matabato was brought in, no affidavits, and the hearing was conducted that resulted in a fiasco where, unprecedentedly, the chairman was removed for lack of objectivity. And yet, you cannot blame this representation, because I went over backwards again. Without postponing the hearing, we went on as scheduled. We continued with Mr. Matobato even if it was going to derail. There were already inconsistencies. And we're not judging. We can prove that. I have all the charts to show that. But we continued on with that. It was a wild goose chase that at the last minute, he disappeared. After 13 hours, when the moment of truth was going to go there for the confrontation with the people he was accusing, he left, only to discover that he had pending warrant of arrest. And now he's incarcerated in jail. And he should be brought to justice. You know, it's not far from, fried chicken. I'm not involved with fried chicken here. It's not a question of pride. I mean, I don't care if you apologize or not. I thank you for it. I think that's very noble, but that's okay. Let's finish. I did not even go there. Even before your apology, I said I'm not going to go and bring the Senate to another distraction. People are saying we should concentrate on traffic, we should concentrate on peace and order, we should concentrate on other things. Here comes another distraction. We cannot be forever distracted. He is my friend until now. He is here. I did not say anything against him. Would you like me to read his statement, his text? I will not present him here, but with your permission, Chairman Gaston, I will read it because it speaks about you as a gentleman. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. And I will quote. Alam niyo, ito nag-text sa akin si Chairman Gaston. Baka maging senador yan balang araw. Ano sabi po niya? Binasa ko po ito sa Senado kahapon. Kaya sabi ko, hindi na kailangan eh. Good evening po, Senator Gordon. I am currently in Amsterdam and heard about the news report that one of our commissioners criticized you. This is not the position of the commission and bank. And sabi niya, and I apologize for whatever aggravation this may have caused you and the honorable members of the Senate Justice and Human Rights Committee. I've spoken to the other commissioners and we hope to make it right. We hope to make it right. May I please call you? Thanks and God bless. And I replied to him and we talked. Sabi niya, kakusapin niya ibang commissioners. Ang lumabas so, ito. Did I bring this out? I did not. I did not. Senator Zubiri saw a newspaper report that we were being slammed, that the CHR was slamming the committee, so he stood up. And when he stood up, I had to stand up already. Now, sa akin, wala ho yan. The personal apology of Chairman Gascon is taken into consideration. I respect him as a gentleman. He doesn't have to apologize to me. The least this guy could do is apologize for himself. But the point here is when the commission is dragged, when the headline, what is the newspaper? Not here. When the newspaper, which I brought in a while ago, came in and says, big headline, CHR, talagang magkakaroon talaga ng issue dyan, which I did not raise. Tama na sa akin yan. Sabi na ni Chairman Gaston, pero lumabas na nga yan, pero lumabas na nga, ano ba ang gagawin? Papapuntahin niyo pa si Chairman Gaston and we will be diverted? I think that I don't have to do that. I think, eto binasa ko na, that's good enough for me.
Mr. Chair, I'm withdrawing momentarily my second motion while we take up my first motion. I'm reiterating.
The chair is confused. Which motion are you talking
my
about?
First
you cannot
motion,
have two motions.
My first motion, Mr. Chair, is to allow the Chair of the Commission on Human Rights to speak and to explain the side of the Commission on Human Rights on this issue at hand. Thank you. That is a pending motion. It has to be resolved first. Thank you.
There doesn't seem to be any member of the committee here. Are we going to vote each other here? You know, technicalities must always give way to substantial justice. Siguro dapat tapusin na natin
I move
dito.
to suspend.
Alam nyo,
I move
I
to
don't
suspend, Mr.
understand it.
Chair.
I really do not understand. When you make something, you know, you accuse the president, sasabihin gano'n, i-withdraw. Ako, i-accuse him. Hindi po,
Let's not
sorry kayo.
go to that,
Tapos,
Mr.
pupunta
Chair.
kayo dito,
Let's
may gagawin
not
kayo,
go
and
to
you will
that.
sorry. You will say sorry. And now,
There
you
is a
want to bring this
particular
back
matter
again.
at hand, so
Excuse me, what are you trying to tell me?
hindi po appropriate na kung ano-ano naman po ang hinahalo nyo na issue.
Anong hinahalo? Ikaw ang naghahalo. And I am not going to, hindi kita papatulan. Oh, sige, there's a motion. Let's vote. We have a quorum. 1 senator, 2 senators are here. Let's vote. There's a motion that says we should bring Chairman Gaston here. Para senador na palagi, 3 beses na. Baka mag-senador ka na. Alright? As many as are in favor of bringing Chairman Gaston, pag-apat na, to testify here? As many as are against? Oh, walang boto. What do we do now?
Then I raise the second motion. We defer at the moment.
The motion is overruled because there is no vote. Okay?
I will raise it again at the proper time.
You can raise anything at the proper time.
May I raise the second motion, or reiterate my second motion on the propriety of taking up the death penalty bill without compliance with the 3-day notice rule before this committee. I move that we defer the taking up of the death penalty bill until such time that there is compliance with the 3-day notice rule to afford the other members of the committee sufficient notice as well as notice to resource persons.
Is there a second? There appears to be no second motion, so the motion is overruled. Let's proceed. You may bring it up to the floor next time. It's better to bring it to the floor where everybody is here, because I brought it to the floor last time and you were there, you did not say anything. We shall now do it. You know, I'm sorry, I don't really cherish these discussions that are Senator Pacquiao, are you ready to make your presentation on the death
Just for
penalty?
the record, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, just for the record,
You are speaking on the record all the time. We have not turned off the microphone.
The plenary proceedings yesterday was not the proper forum or venue.
I stand corrected.
To raise
You are
the
all
matter.
obviously, you all have the answers, and I bow to your knowledge. It is
The
brilliant.
proper forum is
It is
before
brilliant.
the committees themselves, not the plenary, because the matter of the EJ case is, and the other, and even the death penalty bill
The chair will now proceed.
has been
Go ahead.
referred
Go ahead.
already
Senator Pacquiao is
to the
recognized.
committee.
You are not recognized anymore.
Thank you.
Very much.